Hello. Welcome. Today I'm going to do my May floating funds. I decided I don't like the name sinking funds because sinking has a negative connotation. Like if you think about, nobody ever wants to sink, really, like anytime the word sink or sinking is used, it's usually negative. And I think saving money to, get something you're waiting for or to help pay things off, I want to call it floating. So I'm going to call it floating funds. And so if you see me looking down, it's because I have my notebook right here. I have my cool pen C because that makes me feel better when I'm working with money. So I'm going to go over my May floating funds. So the first one is Buddy, who is the dog. The starting balance was $2.43. So I started this in April. And now Buddy has, how much does Buddy have? I don't know because I didn't write it down. Yeah, I got to stop and start again. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I wrote it down. So here we go. So Buddy started with $2.43 and now he has $86.09 because originally what I was planning on doing was I was going to take any coins that I rolled for that month and put it into his account. So that's what I did. I actually am going to transfer some money out though because he just got a bath this past weekend. So I need to move that money over. But for right now, it's at $86.09. The next one is HOA, my homeowners association. The starting balance was $4.05. And now I have $29.10 because each month, originally I was going to try to put 15 in for Buddy. I'm doing 25 a month. I was trying to do 15 for HOA, but now I have some new floating funds that I need to add, new categories. So I'm actually just doing $10 now for HOA. So that's going to be $29.10. My car fund started at $5.27. Now it's at $15.30. My vacation fund started at $5.12. Now it's at $15.10. And I'm just giving 5 to car and vacation. Then my home repair started at, let's see, $5.14 and it's now at $10.16. I was giving $2.50 for that, $2.50, and I'm going to keep with the $2.50 until I have like some more that I can contribute. My emergency fund started with $5.22. It's now at $10.24. And then gifts is my new one. I had like an extra savings account, so to speak, on Capital One, and I didn't know what I was going to use it for. I've decided I'm going to use it for gifts. And so gifts originally, before I had even named it anything, it was $5.05. Now it's $38.05. And so I'm going to contribute $5 every month. But on top of that, I've decided that I'm going to do, when I roll the coins, I'm going to put those in that fund instead of giving it to the dog. And the reason why is because I'm noticing that I'm being invited to stuff and I really don't have any money saved in between like what it costs to go to the event, whether someone's having like a lunch or a brunch or a dinner, and on top of that buying a gift and then factoring in like parking. So I feel like I need to build that fund up to, ideally, I would like to have like between $300 to $400 in there. I think that would give me like enough wiggle room because I don't go to that many events, but I think that that would like give me like enough cushion. And then lastly is a new one for this month is clothes. And I'm just going to add $5 to that. And the reason why I decided to start a clothes sinking fund is because if you've seen any of my other videos or my ones particularly about minimalism, in particular my minimalism closet tour, you'll know that I wear the same thing every day to work. So like I have 5 of these black shirts, I have 5 black pairs of pants, and I've had these clothes for 8 years. Shout out to New York and Company. No, this is not sponsored. Their clothes last a long time. But I'm realizing now that like one of my shirts has like a hole underneath the arm. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I feel like I need to start saving for clothes. I don't know how soon I'm going to need to replace these because I'm literally going to wear these until, you know, they have big holes. Probably I won't be that bad, but I'm not replacing it anytime soon. But I feel like it'll give me a chance to kind of build up my savings. So quick recap, my goal is to really get in the habit of savings. I still don't have the logistics worked out. So I'm hoping in the next few months that I can have a better system as far as like, for instance, the dog got a bath this weekend and I actually pulled that money out of a totally different account. And so I'm going to have to like figure out how to make this process of moving around my floating funds a little bit more seamless. And I don't know, I do have a Capital One checking account, so I don't know if it would just be easier to kind of use that debit card to cover like the floating funds, almost like move the money over and then just use that debit card, but I don't know. So if you have any suggestions, by all means, let me know. At one point I was thinking maybe I would just use one credit card for these funds, my floating funds, and then that way I could just move the money over and pay. And I also have a Capital One credit card. So I don't know, I have to kind of figure it out. I noticed that when I'm watching YouTube videos and people are talking about, you know, their sinking funds, that nobody really walks you through like that part of it. Like they show you what they're saving for. And even the people who are doing like, I guess if you're doing cash though, I guess it kind of works out. But there's people I know who use their credit card, but they don't really walk you through like the logistics of that. So I'll have to kind of be on the lookout for that. But I'm excited. My little floating funds are growing. And again, I know that is not a common term, but I really just thought about it and I was like, you know, if you think about what you're sinking money into, that usually doesn't have a good connotation, you know? But if you think like floating funds, they're really keeping me afloat, meaning if I can get good with my floating funds, then I will not be drowning in credit card debt. So hopefully you enjoyed this quick recap of my May floating funds. If you have any suggestions on like logistics on how to like do that part, because that part I really am like, I don't know, but I don't want it too complicated. So by all means, please share. And as always, be grateful. Bye-bye.